Time travel.
What if you went back into the past 17 million years ago when dinosaurs existed? Or into the future where everything is so advanced with flying cars and the power to mind read? But could time travel make the world come to an end? Could it create a time paradox? But would you ever dare of jumping in a time machine not knowing where it's going to take you? And the uncertainty of not seeing your family and friends ever again? How possible can we truly get to achieving to travel through time? Well, you're watching a Casual S, and imagine travelling through time.
Roll the intro.
Time. Something we can't really control. Yes, you can control what time you go to bed, or what time you decide you can be bothered to make your dinner. But we can't exactly control time itself. Time is always moving forward, so in that case we are always moving into the future. But could we somehow speed it up, slow it down, skip certain days or even years, adventure into the past? But when we hear about time travel, we normally associate it with travelling at the speed of light. Because apparently the faster something moves, the slower it moves through time. Einstein's theory of special relativity says a person inside a spaceship approaching the speed of light would age much slower than his family member at home, because he says gravity can bend time. This is known as time dilation. But we're going to need a machine that can get to that speed, so in that case it's going to need to be a certain shape and size. So it probably won't look like a DeLorean, made in 1981 with a top speed of 109 miles per hour, which was used in the film Back to the Future. Or the TARDIS, which was disguised as a telephone box in the film Doctor Who. But none of those machines is able to travel even close to the speed of light. Maybe not now, but there's a good chance in the future, as it is unknown to a list of strange technology. But if time travel truly is possible, why haven't we done it yet? Why hasn't somebody from the future gone back to the past? Or the present, in our case. But if someone somehow managed to time travel into the past, could it change the present and create a time paradox? Well, that's something we can only predict. If I were to take a guess, I would say it won't affect the present, as the past that we've made is permanent, and I believe it cannot be changed. And I also believe time travel couldn't be more impossible. But if a time machine was there, flashing its lights and beeping its horn, waiting for you to get into it, where would you go? Would you go into the past just a couple of hours ago to see another version of yourself? Or before the 1900s to flex on your latest technology, like the time machine, while they're still travelling around by horse? Or to the Roman times to bring back some Roman history to the present? Or would you time travel as far back as 70 million years ago to when dinosaurs existed? Or would you prefer to go into the future, maybe to see how your life's going to be in 15 years or so? Or get a book of all the football results and come back to the present and gamble and then become a millionaire? Or go centuries into the future and realise that robots have invaded Earth? Or would you just simply walk away? But we're travelling through time, not driving a car or riding a bike. So where's this power going to come from? And how much energy are we going to need to travel through time? To power a normal electric car, you'll need roughly 15,000 joules. So for a time machine, you'll need about
1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Yeah, 1.21 gigawatts. Why not?
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Yes, Marty. What is a gigawatt? Well, a gigawatt is a unit of power equal to 1 billion watts. Just thought it was worth mentioning, which is about 10 million joules. If you're still watching this video right now, and you're tired of hearing my boring voice, well, my good friend Lucafying has kindly offered to share what he thinks of time travel, with some questions that I gave to him.
Subscribe to Lucafy. Okay, what do you think the secret to time travel is? And I think the secret to time travel is finding enough energy to power it and sustain it. Because something as complex as a time machine would need loads of energy in order to keep it going. Where would you go if you had a time machine? Simple, I'd kill the man who invented homework in hopes of preventing further suffering for the children of the world. I mean, I could kill like Stalin or Hitler, but I think this would be way more effective. If you went back into the past and changed something, do you think it would affect our present day? So, you went back in time and you stole something. I think it would create a universal dimension or something where you did steal something and one where you didn't. So there's two eventualities in two different dimensions or whatever. I think that would be the universe's way of kind of stabilising what you just did. Do you think time travel is possible? If so, why? I think time travel is possible because theoretically nothing is impossible. I don't think we should time travel, because if it gets into the wrong hands, they could raise like an army of time travelers. They can go back and make sure some people weren't born or something like that. I really need to take like a nap after this. It's killing my brain cells. I also think that if you do it too frequently, it will tear apart the space-time continuum. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Thanks, Lucas. But there's one thing that caught my eye that you said. If a time machine got into the wrong hands. Which is a very valid point. Which leaves us the question, would there be a set of rules? And what would they be? Would you need a license for it? Like you do when driving a car? Would it become a job? Can you only go back for essential reasons? Like to prevent somebody from dying? Can you not bump into your past or future self? How do you avoid that? Or will they destroy it once they've made it to avoid any problems? Well, I guess we'll never know, because time travel is far from possible. But saying that, before the 1900s, people believed making a working plane and a rocket that could fly to the moon wasn't possible. But look where we are now, with planes taking off every second. And rockets and other spacecrafts always exploring different parts of space. So anything could happen in the distant future, even time travel. And I'm sure some scientists are trying very hard to travel through time. Well, a very few. I wonder where they're going to start though. But what are your thoughts on time travel?